Coach, what have been your impressions through 4 practices?
Well, I think it's hard to judge when we've only been at pads twice, right? I'm really proud of the way they're working, how they're working. Again, it's that whole thing of evaluating, developing, mastering all at the same time, but in different stages. So I'm really proud of the progress they made. I thought today was one of the best practices we had with energy, passion. It was about an hour and 43 minutes. I'm really proud of them. So we're getting better. We just got a long way to go. Again, you're rotating quarterbacks, you're rotating players, you're putting a lot of freshmen in there. You're just seeing right now who can do what in the first week, who can do something, and how well can they do it. There's some guys that have answered that question, and then there's other guys that have not. And so we're going to continue to create competition every single day at every position, and that's what we'll keep doing.
What's it like to see a healthy Brandon Lingen?
He's very talented. He's very talented. I think he's worked incredibly hard in the offseason, put himself in a position to be able to come out here and perform right away. Not, I have to get acclimated. Came out there, performed, he's done a tremendous job, got a long way to go. But I've been pleased with our tight ends. I really have been. Not only in the pass game, but the run game. A lot's being put on them, a lot's being demanded of them, and they're responding well right now.
What do you like about your quarterback so far?
I think right now is I like that we have some consistency in some areas, but we don't have a lot of consistency in everything. So I think it's hard to be able to sit there and say, oh, I like this one thing. I do like that they're communicating more and connecting more with their teammates. Part of being the quarterback is the ultimate leader of the football team. When things go right, you're going to get all the credit. When things go wrong, people are going to point the finger at you, and you've got to be able to handle that. And you've got to be able to take accountability for other people's actions on the offense. And I think what they're doing right now is they're rallying behind their teammates, they're lifting their teammates up. And that's part of my job, is to be able to show them how to do that. Remember, none of these guys really had real live game reps for the most part over a long period of time. Getting in there for one game or getting in there for a few plays is different than being the starter and playing the whole year with all that responsibility. So that's what we're developing with them right now. And I like how they're responding to that. We're still evaluating through, we've only had 3 installs. Tomorrow gets into 3rd down where things start moving a lot faster, guys. There's a lot of blitzes, there's a lot of things that maybe they haven't seen before. So I think we'll find out more as we go in through the next week.
You say a lot faster. How much faster can you guys get up there?
We got to get we have to. We got to get faster. One thing is we condition during practice. We put them in very, very tough positions in practice. We put them in situations that you'd like to be able to say are going to be harder here than they will be at the game. But it's not necessarily true that they'll be harder here, because game day is hard as it is with the opponent and the strength you're playing against. But at the end of the day, we have to be our best us. Right? And we have to be better at those situations and be better at how we practice today than we were yesterday.
Are you really stressing that with that, knowing like last year, you're probably looking at the tape, that delay of games was a big issue with them last year? Is that a main reason why you would take a moment and you stop practice?
Well, we have to teach. Remember, guys, I think it's, what is it, Paul, 57%?
67 underclassmen, is that right?
Yeah, no, freshmen or redshirt freshmen.
51 of 150.
Okay, so half of our football team, guys, is freshmen or redshirt freshmen. Half of what's out here, okay? And then when you talk about lettermen coming back, I think it was like 40-some lettermen coming back. But we're one of the least experienced teams. We might have some guys back that made some plays last year, but you're talking about experience, that's where we've got to be able to create those situations, teach them football. Football's not a bunch of plays. Right? It's not just, it's situations, right? It's playing the game of football. It's not just a game of a bunch of X and O plays. It's a game of situations, and you've got to prepare for every single one of them. Because if you get in there and you haven't prepared for that situation, too late.
Coach, I know that it's looking ahead a little bit, but O.J. Smith and Chris Williamson, I know that those guys are coming in here. What did you like about them, and where do you think they can contribute?
Well, like I said before, I think the 18 and 19 class is incredibly critical moving forward as they get to our program. I know it's a whole year out, whole 2 years out, but that's when, when you come in here and you want to be able to set the mark incredibly high. You got to do it with recruiting. You got to do it with developing the players here. But when you talk about those 2 young men, I tell you, OJ has just shown a ton of energy. Now he hasn't done anything yet. Right? Tomorrow will be one of his first days actually going and participating, so I'm excited to see what he can do. But he's over there cheering on his teammates. He's up over there uplifting people. He's doing a tremendous job of that. Can I talk about the other one? And then Chris, we need depth at the D-line, and then we need depth in the secondary. and 2 guys that have played SEC football give us depth there. You know, like I said, we didn't have a freshman, sophomore, and only 1 junior on the roster before our true freshmen just got here. So we need to fill holes. We need to be able to replace the Stephen Richardsons next year. You know, Andrew Stelters. We got to be able to create. We got to fill those voids, and the Merrick Jacksons. So you've got to be ahead. As head coach, you got to be 2 years ahead, right, to be able to fill those gaps. But they both have experience in the SEC. They both have the size component we're looking for, so to be able to free up our linebackers in terms of OJ, and then obviously play a lot of man coverage, which is what we do. And Chris has a lot of length, size, strength. So we're looking for them to help and contribute, at least provide depth as we move into the future.
How's your team's health this week?
You know, so far so good. You know, I mean, we told them 4 days ago, this will be the best you feel all the way till January. So feel it, you know, love it, embrace it, remember it, because you're not going to feel that way. But what I love is, you know, Sip, our new athletic trainer, is doing an absolutely elite job. Arno, our director of rehab, is doing a tremendous job. Always on our players, always watching them. Abigail, our nutritionist, our brand new nutritionist, she is a rock star. I mean, a rock star. She impressed me when she talked in front of the team, what she had, the education of what we're giving our players, how to take care of your body at an elite level, not just a good level, what they're elite in, elite out. So I think that's benefiting Dan Nickel and our strength coaches. Those are the things that you see, okay, are a direct correlation to how many guys are out there, right, in the tub, or how many guys are out there in the field.
Coach, Garrison Wright was limited. What's his status?
Yeah, he hasn't really practiced much yet. He's still coming back. Remember, I talked to some guys that haven't come back yet. So we're going to limit him a little bit. We have a lot of time with him. He's played a lot of football. He's a 5th-year senior, so I'm okay with that. It gives the young guys some reps. You know, guys like Blaze and things like that. So but yeah, that's the one you want to know about.
Sure. Adam Beck.
Adam Beck, he will be here sooner than later.
Okay.
We're just waiting for him to finish up a few things academically, and then he'll be here.
What about hearing something about smelling the roses after practice? It seemed like somebody said over there said smell the roses.
Oh, from the rooftops. This is the most unique thing I've ever seen in my entire life. People in the rafters. This is like Wrigley Field bleachers from like the bottom of the 8th inning. You know, just.
Now, Coach,
I've heard a lot of things over there.
Coach, you talk about things that you love. Now, we're kind of noticing some of your vocabulary. Now, that field goal in that period, you said flick. You know, explain that to us. You know, you use a.
Well, yeah, you can make it between the 2 uprights. Okay. That means it's good. Okay. Everybody says it's good.
Yeah. And so your term for it is
elite.
Okay.
Elite is in between the smaller yellow lines that are on the net.
But you called it fleck something. You called it something out there.
Well, yeah, I don't know what I said out there, but it's the elite. So now we say it's elite instead of it's good. Okay. You know, good is it's good. You know, we want elite, and that if he keeps it through there, we don't have to worry about it ever hitting an upright, right? So.
You guys pretty good with Coach?
Yeah. Thanks. Pretty good, huh? Thanks a lot, Paul.
Thanks. You guys elite with Coach?
Thanks a lot, guys.